What's up, fam? Whew. It has been a great start to the year. Like, it has really been a great start to the year for like me and my family and my team. Last year was rough. Like, yes, last year was rough. And it's like we got a few residue, but it's like you can feel us like just coming out of it. And so I don't know if anybody else feel that way, but I just feel like a lot of vindications is like happening for real in our lives. And it's mostly about healing, really like healing the inner child. Last year I was part of a speakers community, GSU, and throughout that whole year, I learned so much about myself. I mean, like, I met so many great people. You know, the coach, the visionary, Dr. Cheryl Wood, like, they really, really poured into me. I don't think they really know how much they've helped me as a professional, but also as an artist, as a person. We really built a family, and it was very healing, and a lot of things that I needed to work through had to come out, and in some ways it came out, I wouldn't have preferred for it to come out that way. But so much has came out that I'm amazed of how it came out. Like, I'm just like so amazed by who I am, who I am right now. And I'm still growing. I still got some hiccups, I learned what my purpose and my vision is. And art wellness is really what my passion, what has been my life since like being born. If you watch my speech from Greece, it speaks about how, I basically was kind of like a child caregiver for my mom. And so mental health has always been important to me. I've always had my children in it. Um, just all throughout their life, like it was so important. And even the therapist that I had for a long time, she got me through some really tough times in my life, going through a divorce, you know, leaving my spiritual background, just some really things that I really needed to heal so that I can see, God, work through me. And I don't know if I would have seen it if I would have continued with my life before, because I really needed to make it my own. I needed to make him my own. And so when I do communicate with him, it's on a different and a deeper level. And so I don't know where I'm going at with that, but I just, I mean, I do everything that everybody wants me to do because I am an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish. And art is all over me. Like, art is my life. Art is really my life. Everything I do, like from the way that I dress, decorating, um, every parts of me, even speaking. Speaking is, I mean, in so many ways, I am performing. I am an artist, and so when I perform, it's from the heart, even if I mess up. Shout out to Poetry Party. I went there today with two of my teammates, New Black and XOXO Deej. Fiber, we represented in there. And I just saw so many beautiful people, there, and so much talent. Like, skits, poetry, singing, rapping, comedy. Like the energy there was just, it was just so divine. It was just, it was something that I really needed, to, especially to start the year off. When I first started with poetry, I used to go to the poetry party week. Every week. Like they were at the garage up the street from my house. And so I would just walk up the street to the poetry party. And that's how I learned about Charm City Slam. And that's how you know my desire to be in WAPS, which is Women's of the World Poetry Slam, that I competed last year. And I always say I was the 90th, the 93rd, because those powerhouse divas was so amazing. And I was just honored just to be there. I started performing poetry in the art scene of November of 2022. And so, I just came out and I'm just like, I'm just going to dive all in, because diving in was just so healing for me. Like, it was some things that I was going through that I needed to get out, and it was a safe space. So I'm coming from going to therapy for like 10 plus years, and then actually, like, I always was a poet. I always wrote. I always had like books, like even like my journals. It's like, it's just, I'm writing all the time. And I actually had a place to go to, and I didn't know it was here in Baltimore, but I also didn't know, like, we fly, like Baltimore, we is just fly with the poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like, we is like the ish, like the Baltimore slam poets, like they are the ish. So it's like, you gotta put some respect on Baltimore. Like, you gotta put some respect on our name, because like we really is that. And so, starting the year off with some healing, going to be going to grief counseling, group sessions at Roberta's house. And it's for me, it's for me. So many things came up last year with I've been grieving my mom since I was 22. She was hit by two cars. And I felt like last year I really, really, really connected with my mom in a very artsy way, because I realized so many things um that she done that mold who I am. And so, like, last year was self-reflection. So it was like I was seeing who I am, and I'm seeing so much of my mother. Not to mention that when I look in the mirror, I look just like my mother. Like, I see her. So it's like, now I carry her in like a very special way. And so I grieve my mom's death. She passed away in the summertime, August 13th of um 2009. I was 6 months pregnant with my youngest daughter. And every year I grieve her, and you don't even know that you're grieving. And I went to Greece. Greece was so healing. I mean, like, it was so healing, from the water, from the air, from the food, from the people in the villa, from our, the GSU team, like us going on excursions, and, like getting in the water where Paul was baptized at, and, just actually being on historic, like, biblical land. Like, that was so healing. I'm like, I just like I it was the best experience ever. I like been talking about Greece ever since I left there. And so I really needed that. I really, really needed that. And when I came back, a good friend of mine's, who was a grief coach, Coach Shar, and she will send me messages every day. I was a part of her grief group. We were in GSU together, and she wanted to go to Greece so bad. And she passed away when we were coming back, and all that triggered my mom. She has a daughter, and her daughter was so much to her. Her daughter meant so much, and I literally cried for that girl. I cried for her daughter. Um, like my soul just was like, and so I have this friend. She's been like my big sister, Dr. Timogi, and Dr. Timogi, like I was part of her book anthology, Persevere, Why Giving Up Is Not an Option, and she was in the villa with me. So it's like it was healing for me. I brought my daughter with me, my oldest daughter. I had her at 16. So for her to see her mother speak, and speaking is performance for me. Okay, that's a performance. So you want to book me is experience because I'm a performer, and I'm going to incorporate art into my speaking. That's who I am. I'm an artist first, so I'm an artist that speaks. But yeah, I brought my daughter there, for her to see that. That's history. That's my legacy. And we bonded with Dr. Tomoji, and like she just been like God sent to me, like really healing my soul. Like that's my girl. That's my girl. And then, meeting all of the family in North Carolina that she has, and um staying with Audrey. She was so sweet. She my girl. I love you, Audrey. And Dr. Pam Jackson. Yeah, Jackson, yeah. And Sugar Cakes know who she is. But yeah, it's just like, oh man, 2024 was really, really like amazing. Like, we just came together with so much healing happening. But I learned what my purpose is, like my my future is gonna be in art therapy. I am not an art therapist. I am an art wellness coach. And over the years of using art, creative writing, poetry, singing, for however way I sing, because that's art, baby. But then actually experiencing art in the community. They took a lot of it out of the schools, but even like growing up, we had home ec, and we sold in school, and I learned how to crochet. Like everything about me is art. These earrings I made, like it's everything is, you know it is art. And since art is so important to me, my mom was an artist. Everything is art. And that's how I look at the world. All of us is different, you know and when you be yourself, and you just be free with yourself, like you're not trying to prove nothing to nobody, like you have nothing to prove to anybody. But sometimes we get stuck in that mind that we need to be something that we're not, to impress people, and then you be really miserable, and it don't feel good. So I just want people to be their authentic self. um I want people to see how art flows in your life, and that a lot of things we can do from an artist standpoint, every day, to help heal us and ground us, because there's so much stuff that's going on, and we just need some grounding. And so that's really what my purpose is, is to spread love. My team, that our identifying mark is love. Like if you see us, we love each other, we there for each other. We've seen each other in so many different compromising situations, and we have just stuck it out. We are a family. Like nobody can ever take that from us. Like we are a family, and we love deep, and we love each other, and so I'm so grateful to not only do life with my best friends, but they're my business partners, and so we've created a family, and we know who our tribe is, and the tribe knows us. They know that we're peaceful people, don't mess with us, but we peaceful, we just want to show love and be supportive, and just live life to the fullest, because it's rough out here, it's really rough. And what has gotten us through so many tough times is us being artists, and us just going back to us always being friends first. We're friends, we're doing this together, we're doing this business thing, and thankful for, like, we utilize all of our talents, so that we can benefit each other, and that's what a team is. You can't, you know s- as Dr. Timogi said, self-made is a moral, is an oxymoron. Like, you need a team. Like, is you we can move better if when it's a team, so shout out to my team, because they really ground me. Like, we tag team and we there for each other. you know we not perfect. you know we may not do things right all the time, we may not say things the right way, but at the end of the day, we family, And so I'm just so grateful for 2025. Shout out to some organizations I'll be working with soon, with my art wellness coaching sessions and workshops, and you're gonna see more of me. Check out my website, www.tamshandcrafts.com. On any of my platforms, I have it in the description, but check it out. I have a blog now, and I'm going to be starting to interview some artists, and we're going to be performing. I'm going to be speaking, so you're going to see a lot of me. But I started 2025 off at home base, and home base was the poetry party. That's where a lot of it started, and I was there every week. So that's family. So shout out to them, and let's start this year off fly. So y'all catch me outside. How about that? Bye, y'all.